What's up, y'all? What's going on? Hey, you know what's up, man? You know who it is. It's your boy, man. One more time, man. Your boy, Doc G. You know what? I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna put a disclaimer on this video. I've been trying to avoid this topic ever since I started making videos because I didn't want to seem like one of those black dudes out there who are just mad at black women and all that shit. But I really have to address this, man. I really have to address this because it's been eating away at me for the longest. And today's topic is about the angry black woman in America. Jesus Christ, man. I swear. First of all, okay, I get it. I understand. It's hard being a woman. It's hard being a woman because people don't take you serious in the workplace and all of that stuff, and it's harder to get respect, and it's even harder being a black woman because black is pretty much has every negative connotation in the world. So you got that, and then you got being a woman. You put it together, and it's just all bad. I understand that. I feel that it is what it is. But with that being said, I don't understand why a lot of the black women in America are as fucked up as they are. I hate to say it, and I don't want to say this because, hell, deep down in my heart, I got love for the sisters. I really fucking do. This is not a hate video. This is a video made out of frustration. Because, it's like I see plenty of goddamn sisters out there who walk around with this attitude, with the neck rolling, finger snapping. Well, I don't need no man, and these niggas ain't shit. And I swear to God, I hear that shit so many times, more times than I care to hear. And not just from young black women, from older black women too. One more time, I'm going to put up an example about this. Like I said, in my family, I have 4 generations of bitter, angry black women. You got my great grandmother who's 93 years old. You got my grandmom who's 70. You got my mom who's 50. And you got my sister who's 27. All 4 of them. All 4 of them. They have the biggest hatred, the biggest resentment for black men that I ever seen in my life. They get together, when we have family get-togethers, they get in this big sewing circle, and they talk about how niggas ain't shit, and how they this, and how they're that, and blah, 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 blah. 4 generations of women doing this. So, you really have to sit down and ask yourself, are black men really that bad? Or is it that y'all made fucked up decisions in men? And now you have to fucking live with the consequences. But see, a woman doesn't want to look in the mirror and address herself critically. Instead, she'd rather blame it on everybody else. Like I said, I don't want to hear that there are no good black men excuse. I don't want to hear that shit. I mean, now granted, like I said, because I know plenty of good brothers out here. Man, like I said, I go to school, and I'm cool with plenty of good brothers at Georgia State, at Morehouse. You know what I'm saying? Up here trying to do good things with their lives. But you think girls are trying to go after these brothers on campus? You think Sisters are going to church trying to find a God-fearing man and shit like that. No, they going. No, guess who they fucking with? They fucking with Lil Pookie from around the block, who got his pants hanging below his ass and shit. Who don't have a job, who doesn't have an education, and who probably still lives in his mama's basement. These are the type of niggas that these chicks go for. And they end up getting fucked over by these dudes, and now all of a sudden, well, all niggas ain't shit. Come on now. Come on. Really? And this is what it's been like. I've witnessed my sister date these dirtball niggas. I witnessed my mama date these dirtball niggas. And guess what? Just like I predicted, they ended up getting fucked over by these dirtball ass niggas. Why? Why did they give time to them in the first place? Because they got swag. They have swag. I'm like, you know what? Maybe if you went for more substance instead of style, maybe you wouldn't think that all men ain't shit. And you got the media, like I said, and I've addressed this in many videos, man. Many videos. You have the media that fuels this shit. You got, like I said, man, Beyonce records all day talk about how dudes ain't shit. Most TV shows talk about how dudes ain't shit. Most commercials talk about how dudes ain't shit. And every image of the black male that you see on TV is one of a pimp or a thug or a player. Nothing positive. Oh, you might see Barack Obama, but that's about it. Only positive image you see. When I know plenty of good brothers out there that work a 9 to 5, that believe in God, that are good people. But guess what? They don't get no play. None. None. Because they ain't a doctor or a lawyer, or they don't drive a Benz, or they don't have swag. Hell, so I guess they don't deserve your time of day. So you date these fucked up niggas, and then you wonder why the fuck you're so angry. You wonder why the fuck you're so bitter. You wonder why you have 3 or 4 kids out of wedlock. And I know I'm talking directly to some of you. But yet you want to play the damsel in distress. God. And don't get me started on Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry based his whole entire career off of the angst of the black woman. Tyler Perry's become a millionaire off of y'all motherfuckers. You know? He's become a millionaire off of y'all. And he feeds into the system, into the bullshit, because he knows that y'all are going to buy it and feed into it. And y'all going to be like, yeah, fuck that nigga, he ain't shit. And then you got some of you sisters who like watching that TV show Scandal. And that says a lot about y'all. Y'all hate a brother, but you'll bow down to a white man at the drop of a dime. Anybody who doesn't know about that TV show Scandal, it's basically a show where it's this black woman who would rather be a white man's whore than a black man's queen. And it's a lot of black women out there who just eat that fucking show up like it's nothing. And don't even look into why they like that bullshit. Just like my boy Tariq Nasheed was talking about. It's called the Negro bed wench mentality, which dates way back to slavery, when goddamn black women were kissing up to the slave master because all the fucking black men were being beaten in front of the women, castrated in front of the women, and pretty much having their manhood fucking taken from them in front of their women. So the women come to disrespect the black men and kiss up to the white man. So they'll be like, look, well, these niggas ain't shit and blah, blah, blah. And this shit was established throughout years and years and years of disenfranchisement. And they don't even look at it. That's why in my family it's generations, multiple generations of women who hate black men, who disrespect black men, who despise black men. And yet go out and have babies with the worst of the worst. All I got to say is to y'all angry black women, y'all need to look in the motherfucking mirror. Because trust me, I ain't your enemy. I'm not your enemy. Maybe if you make better decisions, maybe you wouldn't be so angry. You think about that? Maybe if you picked a decent guy that worked a 9 to 5 and that wasn't spitting game lines and shit like that, maybe you would be in a marriage. Because I hate to say it, but a lot of y'all are good enough to be babies' mamas, but very few of y'all are good enough to be wives. And let me tell you something. You can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. You know? You walk, like, for example, like, hell, if you want a decent man, why don't you carry yourself with a little bit more pride and respect? You know? If you want a guy that's going to be a provider, why don't you act like a nurturer? Because a lot of angry black women display masculine ass traits. Very masculine traits. And a man don't want to deal with a goddamn masculine acting woman. Hell, you may as well date a goddamn guy if that's the case. And that's why black American women are the least married women on the planet. Because of that fucked up attitude that's been established amongst you from generation to generation. And like I said, notice how I'm saying black American women. Black American women are the worst of the worst. And because, like I said, it's a lot of black Caribbean women, black African women who know their gender roles, who know their place, who know how to be a nurturer, who don't have that attitude. Because they don't have a lot of the fucking media feeding them that bullshit that's being fed to y'all. Getting the game twisted. And when I address this angry black woman issue, I'm not necessarily saying that white women are the answer. Because let me tell you something. They aren't the answer. They're not the answer to me. Because like I said, I dated white chicks before. All I want is a woman who displays traits of a nurturer. Of a woman. Of a real woman. And let me tell you something, man. Most of y'all have that fucking saying, I'm a strong black woman. That's some stupid ass shit. I'm sorry. Because you don't see no other race of women saying that shit. How stupid would it sound if you seen a Chinese bitch saying, I'm a strong Asian woman. Or I'm a strong white woman. Or I'm a strong Mexican woman. That would sound stupid as fuck. And like I said, man, those who are truly strong don't have to say a goddamn word. They will let their actions speak for them. And sometimes being strong means knowing when to be a woman and take your place. Sometimes that's what being strong means. Sometimes being strong means knowing when to be humble. Having a loud, obnoxious, voice and a fucked up demeanor and attitude, that's not strong. As a matter of fact, that's the opposite of strong. That's the antithesis of strong. That actually means you're weak and you're looking for attention. So adjust your attitude, make better choices, and maybe you'll find what you're looking for. That's all I got to say, man. Doc G out. Peace.